Hello everyone, welcome to a quick StarCraft 2 stream. We're going to be watching my current coach, I believe, since Potato Pleb is going into the military, which is going to be Slayer versus Sonny. Both of them are master players. I believe Sonny is currently the better player. It's a little early into the action. We're about at the 6-minute mark because I accidentally might have forgotten to hit the record button. Sorry about that. So, we're jumping in really quickly into the action right about here. So, Slayer defending a bit of pressure here. Looked, Warp Prism came in. Warp Prism did go down. I don't think too many SCVs at all did happen to fall. Stim and Combat Shield are on the way for him pretty quickly, and he's getting up his production as his third base finished. There are, however, a lot of Stalkers on the outside, and the third base of Sonny is up and running pretty damn well. Upgrades are damn well even, so there's not much problems there. Sonny seems to be focusing a bit more on Warp Prism. Coming into the main here. Slayer does currently have a bit of an really good upgrade advantage. His 2-2 is on the way, and +1 has not. His 2-2 is just now starting, and +1 hasn't even been has +1 barely started for the Protoss, so he's in a really good spot to be able to do some pressure, do some damage, get out on the map, establish his third base, and get into a nice, safe economic position here. Yeah, so it's going to come down a bit here. The Stalkers are kind of stopped. I believe both sides should be settling into about a standard macro game right about now. There wasn't anything crazy without. There was just a little more Stalkers than you would usually see. But a standard TVP, I'm much setting up a turret ring to avoid any more Warp Prisms coming in. Marine, a little bit of Bioforce spreading out to defend against the drop from the already alive Warp Prism here in the bottom of the map. And, just building up a nice force. 2-2's about halfway finished. The Protoss is catching up on upgrades, and Archons are coming onto the field. So, I believe Storm might have been started somewhere. Knowing Sonny does like his very early Storm. So, I do not believe so. Let's see. Upgrades. G. No, Storm is not done, and it is not on the production field, so no early Storm. Just going straight into Archons right here, about to have 3 Archons, and he's gearing up for a push here. Which, I think this is good. Sonny's establishing his third base here. There's his fourth base. The fourth base of Slayer is nowhere to be done. He's just barely established this base. He has a really good opportunity to, push in and separate from the army, getting a distraction with these Zealots. Gonna move in. Maybe catch it with the tanks unsieged. And he does. The tanks are unsieged. The Archons are going to be a really big threat here, but they're not really fighting. They're going to go to take out that tank. The Archons are taking the brunt of the force, but the Zealots just kind of evaporate, and that battle, just looking really good, all of a sudden is really bad. I might pick off an Archon here. Ooh, so close. The Archon does not fall, it looks like, but Slayer's going to keep pushing across the map with his half-stim bio army. It was a really good fight for him. It looked to be turning in the bed, but I don't think he should pursue here. He does get the Archon, but he does lose a bit more than he should have. Probably going to send out a drop here. There goes the drop. Going to fall back with the rest of the army and place down a fourth base. Fourth base. He's not mining. He literally has nothing. Nothing mining there. He needs a fourth base. He actually wasn't producing +2 armor. Oh, because +2 armor actually might have gone down. The Warp Prism in the back of the base, I think, was the cause of all those Zealots. Probably should have been paying attention, but we have Colossi being added on here and Thermal Lance coming down. About the 10-minute mark, a little later than usual, but upgrade advantage is actually going to go to very slightly to Sonny. However, for a short amount of time, because it's going to have the damage upgrade minus the armor. So he has a very short window, albeit he might not know it right now, where he has a slight upgrade advantage, but it's very, very slight. Slayer is still not getting a fourth base, and the Warp Prism does go down, but the Zealots do finish warping in and sending back a couple of Marines. Now, where is his fourth base? Is Slayer... He's either gearing up for a game-ending push here, or he needs a fourth base now, because Sonny's just going to outgrow him at this point. He has the resources. That fourth base has to be going down. So he's going to add on more turrets. I think he's just overall not playing this amazing well. Here comes Storm up on the production line, and another Warp Prism. Yeah, I don't know. He needs to put this there as a fourth base. It's a little later than usual. I think He should have placed it down a long time before this attack, because Sonny can easily outgrow him from this point on, because he's had his 4th base for longer, so he should be moving on to a 5th soon. And plus, there was a ton of economic damage already sustained by Slayer, that 5th base would have been a lot nicer, because he's been mining off of pretty much a base and a half for the longest time. So having that his 4th base up a lot earlier, and here comes the 5th base for Sonny right on time. Ooh, and he picks off the newly made Warp Prism, but Sonny is not the best angle. Actually, this is a really good angle. There's not a lot of stalkers here for me. They're kind of falling back. He might be able to kill his base. He has a lot of bio, but they're all into the choke point. The Colossi are falling. Colossi is just not enough. Well, but the Archons getting a lot of AoE damage here. Will the Archons all fall? No, there's a warping of charge lots, and that went really poorly for Slayer. Right on time, as I mentioned, Slayer actually attacked into that slight window where the Protest had the upgrade advantage with having the extra damage done because he doesn't have +2 armor. He attacked into the perfect window for Sonny to get in a lot of damage on his army, and now Slayer just kind of has to reset. 4th base is finishing. It's finished and flying over, but that should have been done a while ago by this point. I think Slayer, he just doesn't have the economy mining off of what looks to be a little less than a base and a half. He has to do some drop damage, but not killing that base and just losing all of his army. And Sonny being on 5 bases here. And, well, in reality, he's only mining off about 3-ish and a half. That's a way more than Slayer's mining off of, because he just got his 4th base established. So, this game looks pretty handily going to go to Sonny. Although, upgrade advantage does pass over back into Slayer. He's forgetting to get the armor upgrade, so I believe Sonny will get that. Yep, this just spirals out of control. He doesn't have the income, he doesn't have the he has the production, but he doesn't have the income to be able to match up with this army, and I believe this is going to be GG. He actually has no medevacs either, unless they happen to be across the map, but, well, there are his medevacs, and they're going to get taken down by the few stalkers left in the group, so, well, I don't know, I think he can push that, considering there's no medevacs, even with a decent chunk of splits. Yeah, no, there's just not enough, and Storm finishing up, and, yeah, this game. He pushed into a great corridor. It's just that he didn't have the units. He needed to have his expansions up. He pushed into the perfect timing, grouped up into all the AoE damage, and just lost himself that game. That is not the best engagement. That's kind of like a little throwaway. They're just grouped up all that bio, which he slaughtered that army. You know what you do? You leave that army alive, and you go in for production. You go for the other bases. You take out some of the more important stuff, because with that army trapped, you have free reign of almost the entirety of the base. So, well, that's kind of a little setup into how not to win a DVB. I mean, it was a really good effort by Slayer, though. He's really, really close to winning that. Good job on him. Yeah. And see you guys.